Welcome to this tutorial on common issues with AWS Amplify S3 integration. AWS Amplify is a development platform that helps you build, deploy, and manage scalable mobile and web applications, while S3 is a cloud-based object storage service. Integrating Amplify with S3 allows you to store and serve files in your application. First, let's discuss authentication issues. When using Amplify with S3, you need to ensure that your application has the necessary permissions to access your S3 bucket. Make sure that your AWS credentials are correctly configured in your Amplify project and that your IAM role has the necessary permissions to access S3. Another common issue is bucket configuration. When you create an S3 bucket, you need to configure it correctly to work with Amplify. This includes setting the correct bucket policy, CORS configuration, and storage class. For example, if you want to serve files publicly, you need to configure your bucket policy to allow public access. File upload issues are also common when using Amplify with S3. When uploading files to S3, you need to ensure that the file type is supported and that the file size is within the allowed limits. You can use Amplify's built-in file upload functionality to handle file uploads and store them in S3. To troubleshoot issues with Amplify S3 integration, you can use the AWS Amplify CLI to check the configuration of your Amplify project in S3 bucket. You can also use the AWS Management Console to check the logs and metrics of your S3 bucket to identify any issues. Best practices for using Amplify with S3 include using IAM roles to manage access to your S3 bucket, monitoring your S3 bucket metrics and logs, and testing your Amplify application thoroughly to ensure that it works as expected. In conclusion, common issues with AWS Amplify S3 integration include authentication issues, bucket configuration, and file upload issues. By following best practices and troubleshooting issues using the AWS Amplify CLI and AWS Management Console, you can ensure that your Amplify application works seamlessly with S3.